What's going on today, my fellow degenerates? Today we're in the backyard creek. Never mind the fact that it looks like a forest. The guy who does the landscaping around here has really been slacking. So anyway, today we're talking this versus this. We went to Walmart yesterday. We picked up the good old classic. It says crawfish trap, but you know, basic crawfish and minnow trap. I don't even remember how much it was, 15 bucks, something like that. We're gonna put that to the test versus this here. And now, you guys are probably shaking your head right now. 2-liter bottle. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a trap out of this. I've been doing this right here in this creek since I was a kid, and it works great. So today we're gonna see, is it worth spending the money, or do you just go MacGyver and make it yourself? I'm gonna bring you guys a little bit closer, show you guys how you do this. It takes 2 seconds to make a trap out of this, and then we're gonna throw it in the creek overnight and see what we can't find. All right guys, all you're gonna need for this is a quick razor blade, your 2-liter, and then I usually use some zip ties to attach them, but I don't have any right now, so I'm just gonna use this here twine, and that'll be just fine. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take this, and you just wanna cut right around, and try and keep that cut as straight as possible. Also make sure you go to where the bottle almost straightens out. Just makes it easier to put back together that way. Now, this doesn't have to be perfect by any means, and I can promise you that mine won't be. Okay, now that you got this off, don't need your cap anymore, and you're just going to flip it. Just going to flip it and put it back in. And then you're just going to drill some holes, or poke some holes rather, and secure it with your twine. And that's it. It's going to sit just like that, and that will be your funnel. I'll put a couple holes in the bottom, and I'll take the label off, tie a rope, toss her in. So after you get it tied like that, you're just going to do the same thing. Maybe here and here. Probably get away with just 2. I'm going to do 3. And then now for my last one, I'm going to make the hole a little bit bigger, and that's what I'm going to tie my paracord to, so that when I toss it out, I can pull it back in. Kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone at that point. That's all secured. Be able to pull it back out of the creek by the paracord. Your fish will funnel right in. They'll get trapped. So the last thing, I'm gonna just take this label off. I'm just gonna put a couple holes down here in the bottom. You don't have to. I just think it lets some of the scent of your bait escape a little bit better. All right. And that is trap done. So now let's talk about what we're going to use for bait. In our homemade trap, we're going to go with some cat food. Just salmon and chicken cat food. Whatever cat food you got will work. Fill at the bottom about like that. And of course, we'll go the old classic, everybody's favorite, 1 piece of regular white bread, or whatever bread you have. And this will get crawfish. We got mud minnows in here, creek chubs. Sometimes we get sunnies. It did just rain, so I think a lot of the fish probably got washed downstream. But we're gonna leave it overnight, see what happened. I did see a bunch of life in here in the last few weeks, so I'm hoping there's still some left even after the storms. All right, so that's our homemade trap. Let me get this crap out of our way. Now for this guy here. Now this is technically a crawfish trap, so I'm gonna do one thing to this. Or I guess technically two things. I am gonna modify this a little bit. See how big that is? Some of the fish in here are really small. They can swim right out of that easily. So I'm gonna close up one side just a little bit by bending it down. And that'll make it much harder. There's still a hole, it's much smaller, and that'll make it much harder for the fish to escape. And then now this one, which is gonna be our entrance, I'm just gonna pinch. I don't wanna close it nearly as much as the other one, but I did close it down. Crawfish can still fit, and it'll be harder for the fish to escape. Okay, and for our store-bought trap, we're gonna go right here with these power bait nuggets. I'm just gonna put the whole bag right in there. Why not? Get the couple that fell out. Okay. Then you're just gonna close this guy up with their supplied hook. Alright, now that we got that all tied on, power bait in there, let's get these guys set in the water. And our homemade bait and our homemade trap. Let's see which one will win. So we got our two traps. I'm gonna put one right up over here by, there's a covert pipe. I don't know if you guys, hold on a second. I'm gonna put one right up there by the covert pipe. And I think we're gonna put the store-bought right there. Oh, and one thing to pay attention to too with these traps is if you're putting them in a pond or just kind of a shallow pool, this won't matter. But if you're putting it like me in a creek or something with current, you want to line it up with the current. Put your closed side downstream and your opening obviously the way that the current is running. Just something I noticed that helps. Makes it harder for the fish to get out when they do get inside. So we're just going to toss this and try and make sure it stays. Oops, see, it spun sideways on us. That's pretty good. It turned a little bit, but it's mostly with the current. All right, we got our store-bought trap in the water. So now we're gonna take the homemade one with our homemade bait. We're gonna bring it down a little bit further to the next deep section. We're gonna place it. We're gonna come back in 24 hours, see what we got. And if we're lucky, we could take our live bait and do some fishing with it. All right, guys, so it's now unfortunately like, I don't even know, probably like 4 days later from when we took those first clips when we set the traps. And I did check on them once, nothing in them. Unfortunately, I had a fever of like 103. Oh, horseflies get me for like the last 3 days. So by the time I checked them, all the bait was gone. And obviously once the bait's gone, the fish find their way out. So we're gonna rebait these traps. We'll check them in the morning. Still a little bit under the weather, but I am feeling better. So we're gonna get these traps rebaited. We'll check them in the morning. If I pull them out right now and there's something in them, I would be absolutely shocked. These horseflies are annihilating me. But we got the secret weapon. Make sure we got something in there by the morning. Throw some Slim Jims in there. So I'll see you guys in the morning when we pull these traps and see what we got. So guys, funny enough, even with there being no bait left in the traps, we do got one decent sized craw there. And then in here, in our homemade trap, which actually did do better, we got two craws. They both unfortunately are dead. They were in there too long. It looks like they got suffocated by the bread. But it's all right, we're gonna rebait, throw these in, see what we get by the morning. All right guys, so we just pulled our first trap. This is the Walmart trap. It looks like we got 3 decent craws in here, so. Don't know if you guys can see, but we got 3 decent craws. 3 craws from the Walmart trap. Now let's see how our homemade trap did compared to that. And looks like our homemade trap's gonna be our winner. We got one. There's our haul, guys. That's overnight. Slim Jims and a little bit of tuna fish overnight. We got 13 total, a couple dead ones. The homemade trap seemed to have caught a lot of really tiny baby ones. Some of the smallest I've ever seen, actually. Let's see if I can get a close-up for you guys. Look at those tiny little guys. Alright guys, so I think that's going to do it for this portion of the video. I think our next step is to take these bad boys and see if we can't use them as some gas candy. So I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, so we finally made it down to the water. We got our live bait ready to go. Got our craws. And we're going to see if we can't get on some fish. I got a couple buddies meeting us here with my boy Pong right now. And we're going to see what we can't find. You guys hungry? I brought snacks. I brought snacks. Is you hungry? Want a snacky? Crawfish? Yeah. Baby lobster. Baby lobsters. Exactly what they is. Be easy on my baby now, Pong. All right. Now we're going to take one of these nice juicy guys right here. All right, which one are we going to go for? One of the big ones?
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
You'll beat them. $20 you let them pinch your ear.
No.
Why not?
Do your nipple.
Hell no. Nipple is worse than the ear. Yeah, it was the worst pain of my life. 20 bucks just next to your ear. You got your ear pierced? Come on, bro. Let it get your ear.
Oh, look at her.
20 bucks to get your ear. What about your fingy? They don't hurt that bad.
You still alive, poor guy?
Hey.
You gonna hook him up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's live bait right.
It's a live bait right there, my friend.
Do they scream?
Do they scream?
Like a lobster, you know?
The lobster's not screaming, it's the steam coming out of its shell.
Like a lobster. All right. So we're just going to take this guy right through the center, middle of his tail.
Oh, I did not just do that.
We're tail hooking these fuckers.
And then that's that. And that's what he's going to do under the water.
Let go of me, dick.
Don't let him grab your line like you got my hook right now.
He got your hook, he got my finger.
All right. Let's see what we got. First cast, folks, live bait. Let him sink a little bit. We got no weight, just a circle hook. I think he's stuck in some, yeah, he's stuck in some muck right now. Let's get him cleaned off. He's gonna die stuck in this snot grass like that. Can't be having that. That's a little better. Let go of my line, please, bud. Thank you. All right. Sorry, had you guys at a crappy angle there. And we'll just let them sit for a minute. It's a resilient little guy right here. He's still kicking. He's trying to survive. Little does he know. All right, let him sit. See what happens. Is the snodgrass just as bad on the other side, Pong?
Yes. It's horrible.
It's horrible everywhere.
I mean, at this location in general.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's horrible at pretty much every location I've been lately.
What the hell?
There you go.
Oh my god. As soon as you casted it?
Yeah, I didn't even have set the time to like get ready.
Whoa! He blew up on it again. There you go.
Let's go.
Let's go. That's a nice one. Nice one.
Oh,
Gotta be like 1.5 pounds.
a floppy one.
A little lively one he is, mate. Chill out, dude.
Nice. You want a 6?
Oh, maybe he's not. It looked bigger, but he's still a nice one. He was aggressive, dude.
I'm going to trade this buzzbait for a prawn. Oh, yeah, baby.
Beat him's on.
Tiny one, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fish is a fish.
A tiny one.
Okay, so if the question was ever artificial versus live, we now know the answer. I wish I had got some shiners or some chubs, though. All right, gotta go get a new guy. This guy has deceased.
Gone? Fallen? Gotta throw a worm on this to get started, right?
It's 10-inch.
All right, we got our second craw on. First one deceased without any, we got one bite, no fish. And try this side now. All right, so we're gonna make our little move. Got our craws. All right, so we've been advised that this is a pretty juicy spot. Let's find out if we were ill-advised or not. All right, let's see what we get. Oh, I casted him right off, didn't I? I sure did, and a bass crushed him. Wow. Wow. All right, let's get a new one on here and get back in there. Wow, I can't believe that craw came off on me. Heard the bass crush him. There's one. He came off. Came off. That sucks. All right. Here's our last one that's worthwhile. I need you to make it happen for me, buddy. Gotta be the one. You gotta be the guy. Oh, sorry, crawfish. Did not mean to. Actually, I don't care what happens to you. I just don't want you to die before you get me a fish. There we go. All right, we're in the muck bad. All right, don't come off, don't come off. There's our fish, guys. Mission accomplished. Wow, he absolutely choked that thing too. And he's barely hooked. He's not even hooked past the barb. Long and skinny. Man, you're a weird looking fish. But okay. And there's our live bait fish. Now let's go get some topwater action in, huh? There's one. Oh. Get up here. Alrighty. Eat that guy. Man, he got some sharp teethers on him. Little guy. Probably not even a pound. Thanks for playing, bud.